A Democrat from... I'm going to restart this. A Democrat from South Carolina is talking to an inmate at the Perry Correctional Institution. That was this year. And she's talking about looking for people who need to be secret sleepers as the other side, running as the other side, like Republicans. She wants sleeper people in there as Republicans. And she was talking about wanting whoever this inmate is to get drug money to fund a campaign, which is really weird. So let's take a look.
We need some secret sleepers. Like, we need them to run as the other side, even though they for our side. And we need them to win. Right. We need people to run as Republicans in these local elections. So this is the only way you're going to change the dynamics in South Carolina.
That's weird. Like, this dropped today, as far as I know, Marauder. I wonder what Missy would have to say about this. Yeah, this is Veritas, Marauder. I wonder what Missy would have to say about this, because this is her state, and the people there vote very hard along party lines. So if they see that word "R," they're going after it. So they're trying. She's trying to get people to register as Republicans and run as Republicans, because she knows that no one really pays attention to that, which is kind of, it's something that they've been doing for a while. Everybody's been doing for a while, but not this blatantly, I don't think. And it's odd to me that she's talking to an inmate and a prison about this. This is really weird.
The whole sleeper thing's not that weird. That's nothing new. But the how they would fund it, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Can battle them in public all day, as long as we know we're working for the same goal.
But look, how nefarious is that? Like, anybody who trusts a politician after seeing this is just like, you're stupid as shit. This is, she's out here just saying, we just need to make this into a big pageant. And, this is something that, like, you say you know it and everything, but it's infuriating, because it's like, this is just the government wanting to play one big game so they can make their money and push their agenda, and they don't give these are the people that are like, democracy is dying. And it's like, bitch, you're killing it. Democracy's dead because you're killing it. Like, this is exactly what you're talking about.
This is how you kill it.
Yeah, this is the death of a democracy, when you start doing shit like this. And it's unbelievable to me that they can sit there with a straight face and just be like, overturning Roe v. Wade is a death blow to our democracy. By the way, we're just going to run people as the opposite party so that we can all agree and push our agenda under everybody's noses. And it's like, oh my God, like, this is why, sorry, let me finish this rant real quick. This is why we need an informed public. We need people that understand what these fuckers are doing. That's why this kind of thing needs to be shared all over the internet, so that people understand, you actually might have to do your research on who you're voting for. You might actually have to pay attention to politics and news and exposés like this. You can't just go in and vote for a letter.
No, and you need to have principle. Like, vote on principle, don't vote on, whatever letters comes after
Exactly.
the name. And hold them accountable. Hold your side accountable. Hold the other side accountable. But you brought up something interesting, or at least interesting to me, is, these people, you're right, they keep saying, democracy took a hit. That's actually the exact opposite of what happened with the overturning of Roe v. Wade. The states got their power back. That is democracy.
It was taken away from the one centralized institution, a court, that made a ruling that affected all Americans. Like, that's,
It's not democracy.
It's not.
We didn't vote for those people. We didn't vote for the Supreme Court.
Right. No, I'm with you. I think that the overturning Roe v. Wade needed to happen, like, regardless of your stance on abortion, it needed to happen so that it could be, rules and laws on that could be done in the right way. Also, by the way, everybody, thumbs up if you haven't yet.
Smash it.
Smash that like button.
Oh, for me, I feel like, y'all, we need sleepers. Will we get enough of us in there?
She's saying, y'all, we need sleepers. I'm just noticing this. Is there somebody else on the line? Other than her.
Yeah, she's talking to that guy.
I mean,
flashed
is
up
there
there for
another?
a second.
Yeah, I know, but is there? She's saying y'all. That's usually.
Oh no,
more
that's
than
just a
one
southern
person.
thing. No, it's not. No,
Okay.
it's a southern thing. Y'all is
Oh, well,
no.
I don't live in the South, so okay.
We can wreak havoc for real from the inside out. Then we can flush them from the inside out. We gotta take back some of these seats, especially in these local elections.
Again, this is important. This shows how important it is to vote in your local elections and know your people and like look, this is why it's important to belong somewhere, and so you know who the people are that you're voting for, especially in local elections. Like I know that voting isn't your thing, Howard, but if this is the way our country is run, then we need to be out there making sure that school boards, city elections, county elections, all of these things.
Yeah, and it's where you're going to make the biggest change. Is at the local level.
100%,
Like
not at the federal
the biggest
level.
change is going to affect you, most immediately
Day
in
to
your
day,
local elections.
for sure.
We need a group of sleepers. And I still gotta struggle to raise money for my campaign. Where the f is my black people with money? I don't care about no dope money.
Then she's like, why don't the black people give me money? It's like, okay, well, apparently the black people don't like you, and just because they're black, they don't owe you anything.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
Like you're just like, you're so entitled because you're black. You think you deserve the vote of every black person, and like that's to me that's racist as fuck, because it's like, are you just saying that they have no mind and no autonomy because since you're the same skin color as them, you get everything you want from, like, that's horrible. Why would you ever say something like that?
Well, if a white politician ever said that,
It's like, where my white boy votes at?
where my white boy votes at? Where's that white boy money? Everybody would be up in arms.
It's like,
You'd never live that down.
I need sponsorships from Deloitte and Goldman Sachs and all these, because where's my white boy money?
It is fucking racist. It's incredibly racist.
Dude.
Give me that dope boy money.
Give me the dope boy money. Let me look at this shit.
Where the duffel bag boys? Get your money to somebody in your family that don't even know you donating to my campaign and put that under their name.
Oh my
Damn.
Oh my god. Like, she's just like, yeah, I don't care. Like, go get the dope
She's straight
money.
up like, yeah, commit felonies. Do it, people.
Yeah, like go sell all these hard drugs that, by the way, these are the same people who are like, the war on drugs, the war. It's the small dealers, that are selling weed to get by. It's like, no, you're talking about like duffel bag boys. You're talking about people who are like literally the inner city cartels. You're talking about those people. And you're wanting, their support, and you're wanting, that money to be laundered and sent to your campaign. You're just mad because you can't raise money the right way because nobody fucking likes you.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Honestly, these ain't the same type of black people that I grew up around. I don't recognize these black men.
Oh my god, dude. Like, just the hubris.
Jesus Christ.
The fucking hubris to say something like that. It's like all the black people out here, they're not my type of black people because, they're not giving me money. But the people I know, they would have given me money because of my skin color. It's like, Jesus Christ,
This is
lady.
insane.
This is wild. Also, I just want to say, those glasses are hideous. She needs to lose them.
So, I black because I don't understand the type of black that they are. Now, can I talk intelligently?
No, you can't. You literally
No,
can't.
you
Listen
cannot.
to you talk. Like, nothing you're saying is intelligent. It's scheming and devious and just,
Racist.
racist. Yeah, ignorant, dude. It's ignorant.
And I could be, listen, I can move in all kind of circles, but I'm a her. I love black people. I feel.
Oh my god. I just want to point out, look at the number of asterisks that are there. That is a hard R word.
Oh, yeah.
Yikes. Yikes.
Places around my feet. I'm very much in a lot of ways, but
Oh, there's a different number of asterisks there. Maybe it was a mistype at first. But still, like, look at this. She's like, I know how to turn it off and turn it on. Like, what does that mean? Like, the way that she's using it, like, it means you. Well, no, I mean, I know what it means. The way she's using it, because that's like, that was where I grew up. That was what the people were. Like, they would say, this is some inward shit, and that would be like the skeevy gang type of shit. And then if someone who was black was like living their life properly and like getting keeping their job and shit, all these guys that I lived around, they would just be like, oh, that dude's like, he's trying to be white, like he's trying to take after the white boys, and he must have found him a white girl. Like that's the
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the shit they would say, and that's the attitude that she's taking with this. It's really like, it's disgusting the way that she's acting. Like who is she? All we hear from everyone, it's like you can't judge black people based on this or that person, and that's correct. You shouldn't. You cannot. You can't say that black culture is this or that. It's not. It's not. Gang banging and stuff like that, and that's correct. You should not make that assumption. You shouldn't act that way toward other people. But what she's saying is exactly that. She's saying that like her black culture that she loves and knows is gang banging and drug dealing and things like that. It's like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're the antithesis of the type of black person that the whole black community needs right now. They need people who are strong leaders, who are standing on their ethics and standing on their morals, and like actually trying to move their entire community forward, instead of sitting here asking for people to go sell dope. Which, by the way, that's selling dope to their own community, and that's increasing that cycle of poverty and fatherlessness and drug addiction, and crime and all of it. Like, you do not care. Like, you're sitting here talking about your people and you love your people. What in that sense? No, you don't. You're doing the exact opposite.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
It's really fucking disgusting. Like, this is the shit that pisses me off, because it's like, you want to talk about, like, everybody wants to be like, oh, the 13%, 50% of murders, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, let's talk about, like, fuck all that shit. Let's talk about the fatherlessness. Let's talk about, the war on drugs. Let's talk about, the cycle of poverty. Let's talk about the redlining. Let's talk about all that stuff. And let's understand that there has been historically a whole lot of horrible shit that happened, to black people, right? And the only way to move forward is to stop propagating this bullshit. And here she is advocating for the selling of drugs, and using people inside of prisons to get insiders to the Republican Party, using those connections to get her drug money laundered and cleaned up. I mean, this is just despicable. Jesus.
Right. I mean, because the only way we're going to ever change society or make it better, whatever the hell, it starts with the family. Like, you got to start with the home life. You need to fix that. And the systemic problems that we have, and these systemic issues, like our schools being so fucking bad.
Yes.
These are things that if we don't fix that, we're not going to fix anything. There's no amount of money that's going to fix families. It's education. It's raising your kids better.
That means real education, right?
Yeah, Well, and I meant like education,
like the government-sponsored system, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And sending them to the government re-education factory.
Right. Well, and I was. Yeah, and I meant specifically more like educating people on, one, like how to raise kids, like what works and what doesn't. Like, we know that hitting kids, it literally rewires their brain. But I see kids hit and yelled at and screamed at all the time.
Yep.
Like, that is not a good way to raise a child, and that's not my opinion. There's so much evidence. Yeah, there's so much information out there. Like, when people are like, you just need to hit your kids more. It's like, that's actually, why your kid is screaming down, the aisle right now in this store.
I'll take it a step further. That's why your kid is shooting up a school.
Yeah.
I will take it there, because, like, look, there's a fine line. Like, the evidence bears out that, like, when your kid is little, like 1 or 2, sometimes you need to, smack them on the behind to get a point through, because they're not able to really understand reasoning. So, a little swat on the bottom is your way of admonishing them. But once they're like 3 or 4 and they can understand reasons, the right way to do it is to explain to them the reason why. Because when you do that, then you're helping them learn how to think critically and think about consequences. You don't need to be beating your kids ever at all.
No, not into that. We know this.
Yeah.
I know turn it off and turn it on. You know, I know how to be in certain spaces. You know, you gotta be able to turn it off and turn it on.
I mean, just the manipulative nature of the shit that she's saying is just horrible.
She's just a politician. That's what they all do.
We need some folks that can wear all black at night and take their yard signs down when they.
Look at that! Like this is blatant. This is blatant. I mean, you know, vandalism, trespassing.
Yeah.
Come on now. There's a reason.
That's democracy, you know.
Yeah. There's a reason that, you know, a lot of us like to keep guns. It's so when people who are wearing all black come into our yards at night and start taking shit, then we can blow them away. Like that's it.
Pretty much.
Sleeping. We ain't gotta make a bunch of noise about it. We ain't gotta go live about it. Just don't say shit. Just like when somebody drop money and you pick it up. You pick that stuff and keep walking.
See again. Just, I mean, whatever. This is way more controversial, I guess. But that's, you know, that's just not.
That's not controversial to me. If I see somebody drop money, I'm gonna let them know. Here's your money, dude.
Right. But I mean, like,
I'm not just gonna fucking snag somebody's money.
No.
And say,
If
hey,
you see them drop it,
it,
yeah, that's different. But like, if you find it, like, okay, here's the thing. I used to work at when I first started college. I was going to a little community college, and my parents wouldn't sign any money or any of my papers for the FAFSA, so I couldn't get any financial aid. Because they just assume your family contribution, like your family's paying for everything if you don't explicitly show that they're not. And so I had to get what's called a parental aid override so that they could be like, oh, your parents actually aren't helping you at all. And so that first semester, since I couldn't get any financial aid, I had to pay for everything out of pocket. So I worked at Subway for about 50 hours a week during that semester. And it was the only job that would fit my hours and my schedule and everything. And I still could barely make ends meet because college is goddamn expensive. And I had to pay for everything up front. So one night, it was a Friday night, and I was not going to make my rent payment. I just had no money. And I walked out into the parking lot, and I found, it was a Friday night, so this is payday night for most people. I found a wad of $700 wrapped up in a GameStop receipt. And,
holy shit.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here like, this could solve all of my problems right now. And I thought about it. I was like, man, this is somebody's paycheck. Like, somebody's kids could, somebody's kids could be not getting fed if this gets lost. So we didn't have cameras in the parking lot. So I went to the GameStop with the GameStop receipt, and I took it to GameStop and tried to trace it back, and nothing ever came of that. We checked the cameras inside the store and then building next door to see if there was anything we could find of somebody asking about it. We asked around. We had called the police and asked if anybody had reported it. Couldn't ever figure anything out. I ended up keeping the money. And
well, I mean, in that kind of case,
yeah,
sure.
But the point is, like, we checked around and tried to figure out whose the money was, because that's somebody's rent. That's somebody's kid's food. At that point, like, if you see, but the whole point is, like, if you just find money laying around, I don't see a problem with you picking it up and keeping it, unless it's a really significant amount. But if you see somebody drop it, then that's just different.
That's what you said. Just like when you see somebody drop money, you pick it up.
Yeah,
you didn't say you just find money and pick it up.
I was distinguishing the two because I think it is an important difference there. Oh, and that was it.